All right, good morning, cyber traders. Happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you all. Welcome back. Good to see you, Phil, Lawrence, Michael. Good to see you, Brad, everyone at Cyber Trading. Everybody, welcome back. Very excited for a wonderful day here. Beautiful weather here in New York, thank God. It's been raining. I've been living with rain for the past 3-4 weeks. Even when I came back from Easter, we had that big rainstorm, which a lot of you know what happened back in oh my God, what was it? Back on Easter, I got 24 inches, 27 inches in Fort Lauderdale. It was a disaster. But it looks like we have nice weather. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Last week has to be one of the greatest weeks that we had in a long, long time. I'm not talking, like weeks. I'm talking months. I'm going to start off talking with that top trade right there. So top, it's funny. I know a couple of people, like I told you, unfortunately, I had to go to a funeral. I lost a very dear friend of mine last week, and but sure enough, they all know I'm in the industry. Talking about the stock top. Holy cow, this thing was absolutely incredible. So it started on Friday, and you could see it right here. The thing ran from $50, shot all the way up to about 150, and I know a lot of people got out right around 200, and the thing came all the way back down to 120. I mean, this thing was just one of the greatest shorts that I've seen in a long, long, long time. And we've seen one short go from like $30 to 2,500. Was it HKD? Which one of those stocks that we traded? But yeah, there was a lot of stocks that was going on. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. It was a little advanced, a little dangerous. You had to be careful. But if you're one of the advanced traders, did pretty well. But there were a lot of good stocks. We're going to talk about those. We're also going to talk about some of the stocks that are moving this morning. Now, just a couple of quick little news before we get started. We all need to know what needs going on this week. Okay, so we all heard the news probably over the week, and we finally got a buyout in an FRC, First Republic Bank, and one of the other companies, California companies went out of business. JP Morgan Chase bought them out, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. Usually that's a good sign. Usually when a company gets bought out, the other company does bad, but Chase is doing pretty decent. I don't know why Chase will go up. JP Morgan right here, you can see it's up on the day. That stock is obviously doing pretty well. It's usually the opposite. You know what's scary? That a lot of these smaller banks, actually wasn't a small bank at all. It was a big bank at one point, but you could see a stock was all the way at 150. This stock was more money than JP Morgan, believe it or not, which was crazy. If I go back, if you go back 2 years, this thing was at 220. I mean, these things were doing phenomenal. A lot better than JP Morgan. It's funny. You don't really hear too much about these companies. You don't realize how many banks are out there public, but they were out there for a while. Anyway, it's got a big buy. I would keep a close eye on it. It finally looks like it built some support levels at $1.60. It's not open yet. It got halted. We'll see what happens when it opens up, what the overall buyout price is going to be on it. But that one's moving pretty nicely. And, and another big news that's coming out, there's a Fed meeting that's going to come out on Tuesday, then Wednesday. Markets should be kind of shitty going on, I would probably say, for the next 2 days. But listen, for us, we're trading the big percentage gainers and losers. There are a few stocks in there. We're going to check them out. And then also, if you're watching, if you're here, if you're a student of mine here at Cyber Trading University, we got phase 2 that's going to be finishing up today. And then obviously phase 3 is going to start tomorrow and on Thursday. So that's what's the big news that's going to go on this week. Let's go over and talk about some of the stocks that we traded on Friday and last week. And then we'll talk about what's moving this morning. So the stock, let's listen, tops. All right. Enough. Let's get done with it. I told you, if you're not an advanced trader, it's one thing. I didn't think it was going to be a good stock in pre-market, but she moved pretty damn good, once the market opened up, and she just literally just took off. So that stock moved pretty well. Just stay away from it. This stock is very, very dangerous. Now, if you're in the cyber group room, if you're one of our traders, by the way, you see that little QR code. If you're on one of these social media networks, if you click on that and just take your phone and scan it, you can always join our trading room. And we got a free workshop that we're going to teach you on it. So go ahead and scan it if you want and join us. But listen, if you're in the cyber group room, when we start doing commentary, if we do see something, I'll say something. That's our whole motto. But just be very careful of it. I know everyone's sitting there trying to get on that bandwagon and absolutely have no idea why it's moving. Another big winner that moved really nicely, something that was even more comfortable. I think a lot of you guys did really well on this one. This one was awesome. The CXAI, this thing just ran from $10 all the way to $17. Let me repeat that. $10 to $17. If you just got even like 5% of that move, 10% of that move, you still can make on 1,000 shares. You're talking a six-figure salary. That will move pretty well. SAI, another AI stock, moved pretty nicely. It wasn't as nice as the other one, but you remember this stock back in April, early April, it was at $1.20, ran to about $7. That now looks like it pushed up. I would stay away from it now, but that will move pretty nicely too. I thought this was one of the best ones of them all on Friday. This stock, HUDI, holy crap. This thing ran right in the middle of the day, which once again, depending on, listen, we do commentary the first hour and the last hour, which in the Cyber Group room, but some people are from all over the world. So sometimes you're kind of wondering, hey, can I still trade in the middle of the day? Do I got to be here all day? This one worked out awesome going all the way to the close. This stock, I mean, this was unbelievable. This thing ran from 12 o'clock. This is where we get program trading kick in. Ran all the way to from 2. Was that 2? It was 3. 340. Ran all the way to 7. Right in about 30 minutes, and then did his little shake, which we all know about. Didn't break down. Boom, then another pop up to 9. Did a little shake, held on there right on 3 o'clock. This thing just literally just took off like a rocket. $8 all the way to 14. It was fabulous. Unbelievable move. Great moving stock. That one, and then last but not least was the MEGL. It was okay. It was a little bit all over the place. It was one of the stocks that was from the day before that gapped up. But those other ones were off the charts. Actually, Friday was surprisingly was a pretty decent day. I don't like trade on Fridays, but that obviously was one for the record books. Now let's go hop on and talk about what's moving this morning. Now there's one stock that you guys have been trading this morning. It's been doing pretty decent, and it's the stock QH. Now QH also yesterday, once again on Friday, moved really, really nicely too. I didn't want to talk about it yet. I wanted to wait until today. Wait until now. I'm sorry. About one of the stocks that moved, but this one also it was more of an after hours trade, and you could see it right here. It kind of moved right in the after hours from $1.60 all the way to about $3. She's gapped up this morning. You could see it right there. She's holding pretty strong, and you want to use Friday's resistance after hours going into today. Now let's go hop on what we're really, really known for, okay? Which is level 4. Now when I hopped on the level 4 bandwagon, I want to see what's going out there. I want to know where the orders are. Now, there was a little bit of a buy right here. You could see right around $3 from 9,000. And then when we get around here, there was a big seller right around 380 and a little bit of $4. Now, those big resistance levels, those iceberg orders that we're looking at is those resistance levels right here. And that trickles on from from Friday. So once again, just because you have resistance in the past is not indicative of the future. How do we predict the future? Well, if you want to know if those resistance levels are going to be existing in the future, you got to follow those orders. And that's why we use level 4. So that stock is moving pretty good. We'll keep an eye on that. We also have this stock, SNTG, that's moving pretty decently. And she got a big pop early at 7 a.m. in the morning, $3 to about almost 7. You could see that long, big spike right there. But this stock is a little bit all over the place. I mean, I would probably be really careful on it. You could see the spread, the tier size are very important. That's about 50% of the failure rate. So be a little cautious on that one, on that stock. So don't get too crazy on this one. But I'm going to put it on my watch list also. Listen, the stock's up 117% on the day. Now, there was this stock I looked at if I'm staying away from it. It was a big gap up, third biggest percentage gainer, 86%. Really not our forte. We're staying away from that. Not really a good sign. What else did I have? Anything? So, because usually we get some stocks that move up pretty big. Now, there's this stock right here. She looks like she just started making a move right now. I got to, I don't have it on level 4. I got to see what the orders are. What's it? NNOX. Yeah. Okay. So this one looks a little pretty decent. You got some big orders. It's not a lot. You know what? Tier size are really small on this. I would probably stay away from it. I'm seeing like 4,000, very small tier size. You could even see there on level 2, we're seeing 200 shares. Forget it. Scratch that one. Once again, always remember this. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or watching the stream live, traders in the cyber group, you know this. 50% of the people fail because they trade something that they shouldn't be in the first place, meaning it's got a big spread. It's got, very dangerous volatility. You got to be careful of those things. So be careful of that one. I'm not really a big fan of that one right now. Well, but once again, we'll see what happens when it opens. I'll put it not even on the B list. I'll put it on the C list. So I'm not putting it on my A list. I can tell you that. So we got another stock that's up 37%, 3 million shares right here. This stock also not really that many orders out there. I'm seeing some big buyers right around here around $1.70, 74, 76. Not a lot. No really big iceberg all over. I'll show you right here, everybody. You can see there was someone out here at 240. He looks like he canceled. But you got these buyers that are holding it pretty strong around this $1.75. And you can see it right here. That kind of makes sense why it's holding right here. I mean, we'll throw it on the watch list. We got to lose, right? Listen, it's not so far a good Monday. I can tell you that right now. Okay. The only stock that looks like it's starting to make a little bit of a move, and if it does get broken out, it's the biggest percentage. It's the most active stock on the NASDAQ, and it's also the biggest percentage gainer on NASDAQ. It is the QH. You could see it. It's moving up pretty nicely. It's getting close to that $4 iceberg order, which I told you earlier. Is there anyone else out there? There's a 20,000 share at 550. That's a pretty different, substantial run-up if it did do that. What else did we have over here? I found the FRC. Like I said, that's out there. I mean, that stock is halted, so I can't even see. There's no orders going on right now. We'll see what happens when it opens up. What else did I have here? Let me see if there's anything here on in New York. 33%. Stock was gapped up big. Didn't do anything. Garbage. I saw Carvana in here. I don't know what that's all about. It's only 4%. CHGG, I know that. We trade that stock in the past. Not really moving that much. Yeah. Silver's moving pretty good. Looks like metals are moving. Okay. SLV. Okay, we got all the silver stocks. We got SIVR. We got SLV. We got Pan American Silver. Was that Posh? And not moving too much, but that one's moving. Not too crazy. It looks like silver's all moving. Steve says, any thoughts on IC? I didn't see it on a watch list. You know what? I didn't want to put I saw it there, but it's gapping down. The thing's up huge. To me, it looks like almost like a buyout, but maybe not. I mean, it's up a lot. It's starting to trend down. I'd probably stay away from Steve. I'll probably pass on that one. All right. Anything else, cyber traders? I mean, listen, it looks like metals are moving pretty decent, so I would keep an eye on those. Look, JNUG is on here too. JNUG. JNUG. Keep an eye on that one too. It looks like all silver stocks are moving. There's Pan American Silver, Nuggets on there. Yep, silver looks like, I don't know what's going on with the metals, but we'll check out the news on it. But it looks like those are moving pretty nicely. Is this a metal stock too? EXC, the old silver on here. All right, PSLV. Yep, old silvers. All right, everybody. All right, so let's get ready for the market open up. Listen, it's Monday. Let me repeat it because some of you are logging in late. This week, you just got to be really careful. We got a Fed meeting that's going to go on to Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't expect it to be super crazy what's going to go on. So we'll see how that works out and see what they do at the Fed meeting. You got classes going on this week. Today, we got the end of phase 2. Then we got phase 3. So if you're a student, just get prepared for that. If you're watching on here on social media, once again, don't forget to take your phone, scan that QR code. If you want to get into the trading room, if you want to join us on a workshop, we look forward to teach you. Listen, you got to learn before you can earn, cyber traders, right? Fellow traders out there, that's where it all starts. But listen, we'll start commentary once the market opens up. We got about 15 minutes. Just don't get too cocky. It's typical Monday, all right? Remember, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days to trade. But if you see something, say something. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you back here at 9:30. We'll start commentary. So, everyone on YouTube, Facebook, social media, we'll see you back here at 2:30. Thanks, everybody. Happy trading.